So we are going to take a look at Super Time Force, a game that is coming out on May 14th for the Xbox 360 and Xbox One. You are playing as a squad of warriors who are kind of journeying throughout time to make stuff cooler. You've got the guy over there all the way on the left. That is Commander Rapitsky. He's like
the goal of the game, to make stuff cooler?
Yeah, basically, like Commander Rapitsky is the alternate version of a scientist who has who's invented time travel, and this is the cool version of him. And he's like, hey, you know what? I like dinosaurs. We should stop them from going extinct. You know, I never want to download a browser plugin ever again. So let's go to the future and get all the plugins. So stuff like that. And that's actually the last part of this mission where we're taking a look at now. This world. It's the future world of 3072.
And we're just going to get browser plugins.
Yes. And you see here that the dialogue is very goofy, like out of like a G.I. Joe cartoon. Obviously, it kind of goes with the retro look of the game, the blocky pixel art. But one of the things you'll see is that I feel like the game is very surprisingly, it's very impressive technically, surprisingly. So there, I just died. You rewind time like so, and you respawn yourself. You can choose a different character. That's Jean Rambois, who's the John Rambo analog. You've got different characters like Amy McKillen. She's a sniper.
You need to just skip right ahead. Just keep going.
Who do you want to see, Steve?
Dolphin Lundgren.
Dolphin Lundgren, yes.
Most important.
He's not good for this battle, so I'm not going to use him. We're going to go back to the French. I think he's French Canadian. A John Rambo analog.
So each of these guys has like a different gun, or there's.
They have different attacks and different special moves. And you can stack them on top of each other.
So there's no like new weapon pickups or whatever. You just have all of your guys to choose from.
Yep. And what you can see here is I stopped my pastel from dying, so now he's kind of like a ghost behind me, and that means when I activate my special, it's double fire. That only stacks once, so you can't do that infinitely. But it's a really neat thing, and you can do that to stack other people behind you. So if I switch out to, say, Jeff Leopard, the bazooka guy, I would have his special attack and my special attack on top of each other. And since he's a bazooka guy, he has more powerful attacks. And yes, this is happening in like a 1990s version of the internet.
Even though it's the future.
Even though it's the future. And I wasn't keeping track of time. So each level has a time limit on it. It's either half a minute or a full minute, sometimes 2 minutes. And you have to finish within a lot of time. But what you can do now is rewind all the way back and stack what I already did on top of what I'm about to do, and that should make this boss battle a lot faster, unless I screw it up.
So with the time limit for each level, it's almost kind of like a puzzle game. It seems like, where because you can beat this guy, and that's a pretty straightforward boss battle.
Right.
You have to figure out how to beat everything.
Yeah.
Within the
and this is actually a level that, by the time I got done with it, it took me like say maybe 5 minutes to beat him. By the time I stacked on top and stacking and stopped the stacking, I probably beat him in under a minute, and then on to the next one, and on to the next.
So each level is like a minute long. You have a minute time limit, but how long does it take you to beat a level?
I'd say like, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. It's tough to say because there's a lot of rewinding and going back and trying different stuff. Speaking of rewinding, I'm gonna choose somebody else just so we can see how they play. Let's do Zachosaurus, who's a kind of like, he went extinct pretty fast. He's really not good here, but he's kind of like the Poochie, a dinosaur character of this game. He rides a skateboard, does graffiti, has a corny catchphrase, Kookaburra. Yeah. Let me just try not to die some more here. That's not happening terribly well. And you have 30 timeouts, which is what the rewind power is called. And those, once those run out, you're really done. Your level's all over. Alright, so that went a little bit better. Now, I can't let the ASCII babies kill me. But it's interesting the way this game treats death is because if I die here, all the stuff that I'm doing here still counts. It's almost like being reincarnated. Oh man, that was terrible.
So if you so you can't like if you change where that skull is shooting lasers or whatever, that you can save your old past self.
Yeah, I can lure the attack somewhere else and, like you said, save my past self, and then get that power up that I was talking about before.
So they'll just hang out there, and you just gotta like step on them, or just pass over them.
Yeah, I pass over them like that, and then I have a double spread attack instead of a single. See how that one went faster? Let's see if I can not screw it up here.
So it can take a while to beat him in a long level.
Yeah. As
you try and figure out everything you need to do.
Yeah, all the different strategies. And there's times when one character's attack is better than the other one. Die, ASCII babies.
Do you find yourself ever having to stop and like just kind of restart from scratch as you run out of timeouts?
Yeah, not out of timeouts, but like if I've reached a point where like it's just better for me to go back all the way back to the end of a level, I'll do that. Dragon's Lair. It's two dragons falling in love. It's really funny. If you're old like me, see, you'll remember when the internet looked like this. It's frightening times. But look how advanced we are now. Alright, so let's go back. And again. One of the cool things about it is this doesn't feel boring, despite doing it over and over again. You know, rewinding has been a mechanic in games before, like Prince of Persia, Time Gate, was that a shooter from a few years ago? Raid, yeah. Well, that's that. Capybara Games, the people that made this game, they also made Sword and Sorcery. They said this isn't what would happen if Raid and Contra had a baby. It's what would happen if Raid and Contra had a party.
So you can recommend it?
Yeah, wholeheartedly recommend it. It's very, very fun. So that's a quick look at Super Time Force, out May 14th for the Xbox 360, Xbox One. If you like the 80s, if you like screwing around the time stream, if you like killing ASCII babies.
Yeah, everyone loves screwing around the time stream.
Right, then this is the game for you.
When I was a kid, I really wanted to go inside of a computer. Movies like Tron, and to a lesser extent, Lawnmower Man, and shows like Reboot envisioned this world inside of computers.